Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Astha. I'm a big makeup lover. I'm a makeup junkie, and if you love makeup too, please consider following me. And also for today's video, I'm gonna do updated base makeup routine, like just my base makeup with the products that I have been using for a month or so now, and I'm gonna share the experience of with the products in front of you. So yes, let's start. I've already moisturized my skin, but for that extra hydration and moisturization, I'm using Praush Silk Blur Makeup Primer because my skin is going through a lot right now. Like, it is extremely dry with dry patches. So this works like a moisturizer plus primer for my skin. So I'm using this primer as a double hydration for my skin. Also, this primer works amazing. Like, this is meant for every skin type. Also, I'm using it as a moisturizer right now, not as my primer, because my skin needs extra hydration. But yes, this is a must have primer moisturizer. Okay, now coming to my primer, I'm using Lakmé Absolute Blur Perfect Primer. I'm actually using this primer for the first time. Like, I haven't even tried this before. This is the travel size, and I think this one retails for 300 rupees. The color of the primer is very light pink, and actually this is my first time of using any primer from Lakmé range. And this Blur Perfect Primer has got actually very moussey texture. And also, while reading about this primer more, I got to know they do have two more variants in this primer. They have a glow primer and they have an undercover gel primer as well. While talking about the texture of this primer, as I said, this is very moussey, but I don't know, this was not something that was blending out easily, maybe because I had two layers of moisturizer on my face. Also, this one does blurs out your pores, but to some extent, not completely. But I do want to give another chance to this primer. Coming to my concealer, I'm using Inside Cosmetics No Smudge concealer, and again I'm using this for the first time. I think they recently launched this one and I had to get my hands on this. Also, talking about the packaging of this concealer, I really like it. This is very simple, travel friendly. Also, the applicator is very sturdy, which I personally like. Also, I'm applying this concealer only on one side of my face right now so that you can see how does this works, how much coverage this one gives. And yes, while applying this on my face, I felt this one is on a little thicker and heavier side, but I don't know why I'm expecting a lot from this concealer, especially considering the price point. Now, to blend this concealer, I am using my Real Technique concealer brush. Because this concealer is on a little heavier and thicker side, I'm making a little extra efforts to blend this out. Now, talking about the coverage, I think this is giving me medium to full coverage, and I'm quite shocked, especially the price point. And also, yes, you will be shocked, this one only retails for 140 rupees. Yes, just 140 rupees, and is available in I think 9 different shades. They also have a green and orange color corrector at the same price point. And also, the shade here I'm using is called MN20. One thing I noticed while working with this concealer is this is little difficult to blend. So if you notice, you will see I'm using my brush at the same point 5 to 6 times to blend this a little out. And honestly, I don't know why that is happening. Might be because I do have dry under eyes, and to figure that out, what is the issue going on here, I have to use it at least 2 more times. But you know what, I really like the product overall. The coverage it is giving is so good, and at such throwaway price, that's fabulous. I think for my foundation, I'm using my recent favorite. This is Lamel Clear Face Skin Clarifying Foundation, and I'm in the shade Neutral, and this one comes in a travel friendly squeezy tube packaging. Also, the brush here I'm using is Pack 252. This foundation retails for only 400 rupees and comes with SPF 15, but we are not going to talk about the skin clarifying claims that brand is making here. But I honestly feel skin clarifying process is very long term, and if we are gonna review it on the basis of that, that is going to be very subjective. But we are gonna talk about the performance of this foundation, which I absolutely love. This gives me medium to full buildable coverage, feels extremely light on my skin. And as I have said earlier, I have extremely dry skin going on, but this one blends out so beautifully. Only drawback is this one is available in 6 shades. Now, to contour my face, I'm using something that I have used before because I haven't got any new contour product. This is Inside Cosmetics 2X Master Cover Concealer. Here I'm using a contour shade, and it is called Rich Tan. This is my perfect contour shade, and also this concealer retails for only 130 rupees. And this is something I really like to do for my nose contour. I like to blend it using my finger or fluffy blending brush, concealer brush. This technique actually works like a magic for me because this blends out everything. I have underestimated this concealer a lot previously, so this time I'm just being a little careful and taking a minimal amount, and can you see this blends out beautifully. Also, I understand contour step is completely avoidable, not something you have to do, but if you have time, please do it because I feel contour brings a whole lot of change on a face, like gives a complete dimension. For my blush today, I'm using a completely new product. This is Lamel Cream to Powder Blush. Here I'm using the shade 401 Cherry Blossom, and this is what the Cherry Blossom shade looks like, you know, very hot pink. And I'm really sorry my camera was not focusing here, and here on one side of my face I have already applied the blush. Honestly, this was my first attempt of using cream to powder blush, and the texture of this blush feels extremely powdery, like I'm using my fluffy powder blush here, and this is picking up the product. And going with the flow, I think I have overdone it, but we are gonna cover it with Swiss Beauty primer and mattifying powder, and I'm in the shade translucent. And I haven't used any of the Swiss Beauty powder products earlier, like no compact powder, no setting powder. This is my first attempt, and this is what the powder looks like. This powder retails for 350 rupees, and I think this is available in 2 different shades. And also this comes with a powder puff, which I don't like to use. I like to use my own powder brush or a makeup puff. I haven't even opened this powder because I received this powder same morning, and at first I'm taking a very tiny amount of this powder because I don't know how this is going to work, and I don't want to ruin my base honestly. And the brush here I'm using is BH Cosmetics powder brush, and also if you haven't watched my BH Cosmetics makeup brush review, it is already up. Please go and watch. Now, talking about the performance of this powder, I feel this is very airy and lightweight. I don't feel any heaviness in my under eye area while I apply it. Also, let me tell you, the best part is that I got this one for just 54 rupees from Myntra during sale. Also, this is a close-up video. Can you see the area where I have applied the powder already is completely matte, whereas on the other side it is still shiny and little greasy. Here again I have a Lamel product. This is Sun Kissed Matte Bronzer, and the shade here I'm using is 401. The texture of the bronzer is very buttery and blends out effortlessly, and genuinely I see myself using this one a lot. Again, I haven't got any new highlighter because I do have plenty of them, so I'm using one of my favorite products from Maybelline. This is their Master Chrome highlighter, and I'm in the shade Molten Gold, one of my absolute favorite products from Maybelline after their Fit Me foundation. And let me tell you, the highlighter is very buttery, so if you like your highlighters to give you that bomb look, you can blindly go for this one. This one retails for I think 700 rupees, but is only available in 2 different shades, Molten Gold and Rose Gold. And I know I rarely say anything negative about the highlighters that I own. That's because they are working really well for me and I love them all. Now, coming to my lips, and I'm using Nykaa Lips Don't Lie lip liner in the shade Pillow Fight, and this particular shade has been my favorite from Nykaa lip liner range. And if you like something pink mauve shade, you can definitely go for this one. I'm not in a mood of using a lipstick today, so I'm directly heading to my lip gloss, and for that I'm using Sery Buttershine lip gloss. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing the brand wrong. This is the Buttershine lip gloss in the shade Rosy Pearl. This one is one of the most beautiful lip gloss I have ever tried. This is very comfortable on lips, does not feel sticky while you apply it, and gives one swipe pigmentation, like semi-opaque finish in one swipe. So this is the complete look. Let me know what do you think about it, and all the products I have used will be mentioned in the description box. And if you like it, please do not forget to like and subscribe.